It takes loading time. We are already live on Facebook. Good evening, everybody, and good morning. And there are different places wherever you guys are joining in. And my Facebook is just loading. You know, everybody knows that I start my interview saying that all the time because it loads and I have to switch live on Facebook. Yeah, now I did that. So welcome everyone. I have a very, very beautiful friend with me. She's a gorgeous mom and an amazing human being I met on my way to this, whichever journey I was taking in Bangalore. And we've had many, many interesting conversations. And she's always showered me with a lot of love when I became a mom as well. She's madly in love with my older one. She showered me a lot of love when I was pregnant with my second one. So she's here as a special guest, Tasneem Dasgupta. She is a fashion designer. And as usual, I always say that let the person tell the story. The person who lives the story tells the story best. And Tasneem, let's and welcome, and let's find out about your journey till fashion designer till now. What's been the journey in so many years? And let's talk about that to begin with.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, my journey as a fashion designer, if you call it, I think has been forever. From my school days, I was very conscious about the way people dress, the way I dressed. And I have had my mom who was hugely into designing our clothes and making them from scratch. So yes, I grew up in that surrounding, and I really never thought that I would make a profession out of it because all the time that I had with my mom, I don't think I ever sat down and tried to understand what she was doing, except for the designs that she was making for me. And that is the only part that really excited me.
But so do you think that she was going to be a fashion designer? Do you think she wanted to be a fashion designer at some point in time?
I don't think she was looking at being a fashion designer, but I think she just did it out of sheer passion. She didn't do it professionally at any stage, but unfortunately, she's not with me now. But I believe if she was here, she would have been part of Sara Creations for sure.
Yeah. It's like my father, you know. One fine day I got up and I said, oh, you know, I'm the most unique one in my family who's not into business, and I got into photography, blah, blah, blah. And just like talking like this and never being interrupted by my father about so-called the fact that this was a unique idea of me to be so different in my family. I realized it after 2-3 years that first I stole my dad's camera to become a photographer. On top of it, that he's been photographing us since we are kids, you know, hiding behind bushes with his camera because he was very passionate, like your mom was very passionate about it. I'm like, who told me that it was an original idea? It was a seed put by my father in my head, and you know, probably I look up to him so much that I became a photographer and I took it up as a profession, just like you've taken it up as a profession. And it's amazing that this is the thing keeps coming back, this name, that our parents don't have to tell us. My father never told me that I want any of my child to become a photographer, but I did end up becoming one, right? And maybe your mom never said my daughter should become a fashion designer, but end up becoming that. And that's what they say, right? We don't do what our parents tell us to do or what we tell our children to do. They always imitate us. They know us. And one of the mothers was here in the interview. You know, she says, every mother says, I know what's happening with my child. But they don't know the child also knows exactly what's happening with their mother. They exactly know what's happening with their mother. And sometimes they fulfill their dreams or their father's dreams without even knowing that they had decided long time back. And we had another mother just 2 days back. She was also saying the same thing, that my mom wanted to be a doctor. And at the age, like I was in grade 3, and she said, I will become a doctor. And she ended up becoming a doctor. So it's amazing how this bond and this whole book is bringing these clarities to us even more, that we become what our parents tell us or not tell us to do, usually what they don't tell us to do. And by their examples, we do it. And that's why this whole project started, this name, that the whole bad self-image that we have about ourselves all the time, this negative self-talk, was also getting passed on to children. about we're not beautiful, we're not nice, don't take my picture, I've become fat, there's dark circles. And you as a fashion designer must be dealing with this a lot. You must be dealing with this chatter that happens. So when a mother comes to you, what is it that she's talking about? Like, what is the chatter that's happening, and you find it as a common thread through and through with mothers?
So a lot of times, I mean, I see different kinds of moms, and there are those who allow their children to be who they are. They give them the freedom of expressing themselves, making mistakes, and learning from those mistakes. And there are those mothers who come who are very clear that this is what I want for my daughter.
Right.
And a lot of times, those children are not thinking for themselves. Um, they look to their moms and say, oh, whatever she says, right? And so, in fact, when a mom comes to me on her own, I always make it a point to say that I would like to meet your daughter or your son, as it may be, and I would like to know what they want.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that is changing today because a lot of the kids know exactly what they want. But yes, there are those who are still completely dependent on even decision making in these kind of areas. They just look to the moms and hope. Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting what you just said, because and every interview brings something new, and this is bring we know it, but it's bringing something new, that even as simple as wearing your own clothes. Sometimes even like it must be happening so many times that mothers are coming in, walking in, and deciding what they should wear, what looks nice on them, what's beautiful. And a lot of times I also feel all of us mothers are living what we can't be on our children, and we don't realize that we're passing it on. And also the chatter that happens about we're not beautiful, and since we become a mother, we were much better looking, look at how beautiful I was earlier. And that's what I found and wanted to change through this book, was that your children should become your reason to rise, not your reason to fall. A child comes in your life for your reason to rise, and we need to stop making that a reason that because of that we've fallen, because of that we've gone down. And that's it's just passing on an energy again and again subconsciously to them, that they brought some grief into our life, right? So we need to release that stuff, and we need to always rise and be the reason for our that now that we've given life, we need to rise, next level and next level and next level. So your daughter is now, what is she into fashion design? Oh, she's into web designing and fashion. What's she doing?
No, so she's into AI and she's in, yeah. She has been very clear that fashion designing is not her area at all. Having said that, she is one of those who knows her mind. She decides what she will wear from the age of 1.5.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, since then, I think probably 1 year, even as a 1 year old, she was very clear about what she would wear and what she would not wear. There is nothing that I could make her. I mean, those fancy, frilly things with can were a total no, even on her first Christmas when she wasn't a year old still.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm dealing with a boy like that. My older one is like absolutely, I don't know, like whatever he wore, like he never has any choice in, like he has choices in books, he has choices in toys. He always went into stores, anything that a book he wanted to pick up, he would just not pick up a lot of things. And it happens that when you're given like two kids, you have to deal with two different personalities so you think you're prepared for the second one, but you're actually not, because my second one is all about, I don't want to wear this, I don't want to wear this. And he's doing this since he's 1.5. And I'm just like, and I sometimes end up saying, it's a funny thing that I keep telling him, oh, this monster made because somebody's gifted me, I'm trying to make him wear the jumper. The monster is your friend. Like, no friend, no mama's friend I want. I'm like, no, that's mama's friend. And I'm like, no, mama's friend. And those are the three words he can speak, but he can speak very clearly. And I know what is coming up for me. So I have to like take permission from him now. Are you okay with this? Is this all right? And now it's come that I don't even want to wear a night suit and sleep. Whatever I'm wearing, make me sleep in this or I'll lose it. So it's funny that even at young age, sometimes they can decide as simple as their clothes, and mothers have a decision to make, either to put them in place or just leave them, right? And nothing is right and wrong. It's just like, even if I tried, I cannot put him in his place by saying, no, you have to wear this, because the whole roof will come down. So I'm like, all right, to wear what you want to wear. Even if you're older, one was not like this. It's all right if you're like this. So it's a fun thing, how what you deal with as a mother, because I've been talking, what all mothers go through, and so many common things happen, and so many people can relate to this. And we, of course, are here for a purpose today, Tasneem. And I know that I am moving forward to bring one of the most important issues of a loss of a child, which some of the mothers already in this book have experienced in different ways. And we know we had beautiful child with you. We would like to talk about that, and we want to know further what is it that this project can help you with to bring light in that area. That's the real reason why you are here today.
Um, so Shikha, with Hope for Aditya, what what I hope to achieve is to provide a support group. I remember, um, as a mother myself, it is just receiving a diagnosis of a rare disease is something that shatters you, changes your life in a split second, and you really don't have answers. You really can't look to your own family at that point of time, because everybody is dealing with their own emotions at that point of time. And just to be able to hold somebody's hand and be there without even saying it's okay, because it is not okay. But just being there is, I think, is all I hope to achieve in this. And I think with all the moms out there, there are those who need to be held. There are those who are capable of holding. Yeah. And I think it's that connect, that coming together in order to make a difference. That's, I think, what I would look at.
Yes, and we spoke about it like 2 years back about the fact that you wanted, um, you know, the fact that this disease. What is this disease? Like, let's talk. Like you said that I want people to start researching about it. I want more money to be put in to find out how to cure this, how to help anybody who's going through this disease, and not like end up in a fatal thing at all. Um, let's put that light, because I'm taking this opportunity, because these videos are going to go on YouTube eventually when the book gets launched. They're all going to get, and I want to take this opportunity to find out what is this disease and what help do you think can be given in putting light onto this disease, so that no family, no mother has to go through what you went through, while knowing that they had, uh, a rare disease. Because what is a rare disease? What is it?
So, when it comes to rare disease, Shikha, there is uh, there is a huge difference from any other disease that any parent is dealing with in case of their children, because you really don't have basic answers. You don't know what is going to happen. You don't have the uh, medicines. You don't have a protocol for absolutely any kind of healing, I would say, physical healing in it. So you are lost at that point of time. You're just trying to find ways, right, of understanding where you are and where you should go next. And the unfortunate thing sometimes with rare disease is that nobody knows. At the time when our son Aditya was diagnosed with this disease, Niemann Pick Type C, it is a fatal disease, progressive and fatal disease. And not just us, but our doctors and absolutely nobody knew anything about the disease. We didn't know at that point of time how to confirm that it was this. So we were, of course, very blessed with support at that point of time. That I know in a lot of places that support was not there in Bangalore. The doctors that we were dealing with have been an immense help, right from diagnosis, looking after Aditya the whole time that he was with us. I know of other moms in Mumbai who struggled with doctors just being able to understand them and just being at a more personal level than cut and dry, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's just impossible at that point of time to go forward if you don't have some kind of support. In the years that I have spent now from that, I think when we got the diagnosis, we were very clear that research has to happen. We have to find a cure, right? Because you hope that the time that your child is living through it, that some kind of progress will happen in research and that something will come that will give his life an extension, that will, at the end of it, some cure will be found. But a lot of, because it's rare, because the number of patients are so little, it is a very expensive thing to do research. Companies really don't want to get into it because they know that it cannot be, it's going to take a long while, it's not going to be profit making. So everybody is a little apprehensive about doing the work.
Right.
But there are a lot of other things, I would say, simple things. I think we were very blessed that we were able to do a lot of things for our child. We were able to give him a very comfortable life. Aditya loved traveling. We were able to travel on a regular basis with him. For me today, I feel that giving that, even that to a family, that when they know that, yes, there is no cure, yes, the time they have is limited, just being able to give the best to their child, I think that itself is huge. I agree that a lot of funds is required for both, whether we're looking at research is a different ballgame altogether. Of course, the numbers are extremely high. But there is research going on, and we do hope that we have people who will contribute in that area and that can come through. But even small things like providing diapers, medication, toys, holidays, whatever it is to make that life beautiful. I think that that would make a huge difference to any family.
Yeah, and I agree. And like one, just to know as a mother that the child is suffering in any way, like in any way, and then not knowing what it is another level of suffering for the family, for the child, for the mother. And that's why, I'm openly saying it, that I want this book to reach out to people who will find out about the rare disease, who start talking about the rare disease, who should contribute towards rare disease. Because um like this is a mother's project, yeah. And I totally, because I'm so immersed in the pulse of a mother at this time, just not like, if you know, a mother will dig it out from wherever. But if you don't know, what do you do? And I mean, it stayed with me. This conversation has stayed with me for a long time, in last 2 3 years as well. Somewhere it was with me. I had thought at that time also, what can I do, to get this research so that no other mother can go through it, because I am like that. And I'm very happy that today universe has provided me this opportunity, that at least I can place you in the hands with 100 other mothers who might know somebody who might just start doing the research. We don't know where the chain goes, and we don't know where this flows. And we are totally with you, Tasneem, on this. And we, whatever we can do through this book to find out more about this disease and help mothers to at least know, and the families to know what to do, we will do it. And I'm saying it, you're the first mom that I'm openly saying this, that whatever it takes for your dream, because I've been saying that my dream is to make these 100 dreams come true, right? I've taken it on myself that through this book, I want these 100 dreams to come true, because if they did, a lot of impact would have already been made. So all I need to focus is to make sure that these 100 dreams come true through this book, and I manifest it through this book. And then I take this book to places, and we do talks, and we keep rotating these 100 moms into their dreams, and we don't know where we're going to reach. So you have a new Instagram page started, and it's uncanny that you just started it a week back, and you're right here with an interview. What else do you want as a proof that universe wants you to do this? We want
Mm.
to support you in that. And there is an Instagram page. We have people joining us in the comments, and I was looking at it. And I would urge everybody to start listening to Tasneem's story, because there will be a mother who will, if not with rare disease, something else, who need to hear what Tasneem is talking about in that Instagram page. She's talking, she's pouring her out. It's just 4 5 posts right now, but I know that the pouring of her heart has started. The healing has started to happen, and now this is, I going to become something really gorgeous. Tasneem, you wait and watch. It's going to absolutely rise like a phoenix to heal so many more people and moms through your story. um, what do you think that needs to exactly be done, if we come down to like, what is it that steps must be taken, apart from emotional support, apart from the fact that we should tell people, what is needed to be done so that this kind of at least emotional support can reach out? What's your dream about it? You do have a dream about that this is what should be done, and I'm sure because you've lived through it. You lost him, what, 11 years back? Is it been 11 years that you lost
It's
him?
7 years, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, what have you decided in the last 11 years that this must be done?
So, yeah, Shikha, to start with, it was we were trying very hard to get the research moving forward, and we did it in, even in fact, while Aditya was uh, with us, we there was a lot of research done even with him in terms of uh, uh, different kind of treatments, different types of medication, things where we had other families who had joined us. There's a couple, Chris and Lou, who have recently also lost their twins, Addie and Cassie. And that family actually has hugely contributed to research. They have made a huge difference in our lives to the extent of um, being part of research and things that they were not allowed to work with. Those medications used to be sent to us in India, and we would work with the doctors over here. And a lot of things were done which were purely on research basis with Aditya. So yes, research is, I think, top of the list. There is no doubt that we just need a cure, right? And
And the cure is not there because the research is not done, because it's the samples are not enough, and that's what you think is the reason. Do you think there's no cure, or do you think the cure, the research is not done because nobody is focusing in on it, because as you said, the samples are not enough?
No, there's a lot of research being done at this stage, but it is, I think it is going to be a long journey, because yes, same thing, that the numbers are much less as compared to other diseases. And so the costs are much higher.
Right.
And, but in spite of that, there are various groups of people in different parts of the world, I would say, who are contributing towards the research of the disease. Yeah, but like I said, that's one part of it. And that has to, of course, that has to move forward. But I think while that happens, it's also essential that information is out there for anybody who is newly diagnosed, and there is some kind of help, support in terms of guidance that, okay, if this is where your child is, what is the next step? What should be done? There were things like at one stage, we had done one intracranial stem cell transplant for Aaditya, and we were very hopeful that that would make a difference. It did make some difference, but his disease was progressing very fast, and we actually needed to have done. He was unable to eat the food that he was eating. It was not going into his stomach. That food was going into his lungs, and yeah, so he needed to have had a tube fixed in his stomach, so that we, instead of him being fed orally, he could be fed through the tube. It's something that we should have done much earlier, but we were hopeful that other things would work and that we would not have to do this. We, at that point of time, we didn't realize that putting that tube in his stomach was something that was reversible, that it could have been done temporarily, and then we could have, when he would have been better, we could have removed it. So just being able to guide, just being able to get that guidance of, this is where we are, where do we go from here? I think that is very essential at this point of time.
So are there any organizations, Tasneem, which are already working on it? Like, are there organizations that are presently working on this, like specifically with this goal of the rare disease? Are there any organizations already?
In terms of, are you talking about research, or are you talking about?
Not research, but people can reach out to them and at least some help. Because it's like, what do you do when you don't know? Like, you can't go to pillar to post and say, we don't know what to do. Like, right now, you know that, okay, I think if I would have done this, it would have been better. And after losing him, you realize these realizations. Are there any organizations that can say, it's all right, go ahead, don't be scared of this, do this, this might just help?
So in India, I am unaware of any such organization being there. I do know that some of us mothers who have been through it ourselves have connected with people. My sister at one point of time had started a Hope for Aaditya group, and so people used to see that and they would get in touch with us. But I am unaware of any um, group specifically doing this at this point of time. Also, I think the time when Aditya passed away, research was something that we were was on top of the charts, something that we thought that was the only way. After that, I realized that while that happens, there is a lot of other things that we could do. But unfortunately, I don't think I was at a place where I was healed enough to reach out and give hope to anybody. I really thought that I used to wonder how I could give hope to somebody since I was myself at a place of absolute pain, not realizing that the hope comes through this pain. And I think a lot at that point of time, I just told myself that it is okay to not do anything. Unfortunately, I spent too long being there of not really doing anything. And it's only now that I think I'm at a place where I feel that I've spent enough and more time hoping that things will change, the pain will go away. And only now that I've come to a place where I feel that no, the pain is not going to go away ever, and that I would need to work through this where I am.
I think you're just being hard on yourself, Tasneem, and why I'm taking this opportunity to even say it live. I know you were very scared that we're going live, but I want you to say this to all the mothers. I think we are very hard on ourselves with everything. We don't have to jump out of anything. It takes time. It takes time. It doesn't take time. Everything happens at whenever it needs to happen, and we need to have that belief. The only thing we need to know is that yes, there's a way out from this place. Yes, we can get out of this place. That knowing needs to be in our heart. That knowing needs to be there that this place is not forever, right? This place where we put ourselves is not forever. And that's the pulse of this book. It could be you with Aditya, it could be somebody with some violent marriage, something or the other that mothers or somebody is going through. This knowing needs to put, and that's what this book is trying to do, that you don't have to be there. You can choose to be there, but with the knowing that there is a way out. And I think even if it's taken you 11 years, it's all right. So don't be hard on yourself that it's taken too long. Because when you have stood out, can you see what's aligning for you at this name? Just a week back, like you just asked me, who told you, like, who told you to interview me? And I'm like, nobody. Because
Yeah.
I was just like, your name, this interview has been going on for a month. I know you for 3 years. And I've been telling people that not that everybody I know will be in this thing, and nobody should take it personally, because I'm being thrown clues and I want somebody to come forward. And yes, Nivetha did throw a clue, and honestly, my first answer was, I think she's not ready yet. And actually, when I went off to sleep after 2 hours, and I forgot about it, and I went off to 2 hours, and I'm like, remember this conversation, that whole scene came out, and you and me are talking, and say, Shikha, you know what? My dream is that this rare disease should be researched on. And that's it. I was just like, I'm reaching out to Tasneem, and then you just told me that a week back you started the Instagram page Hope for Aditya with putting your stories out. What else as a proof you need that you're ready? And this is happening, and you're now in a book with global women around, not restricted to a book here. Women across the world are part of this book, and this book will go through them to different places. So I think time has come, and I'm totally with you, supporting you, and whatever we can do to make this particular dream come true of yours, Tasneem, I promise it that I'll definitely do that for sure. And anything that you would like to say to mothers um, who are going through any kind of, this is a rare disease, but we have mothers struggling with cancer, their children are going through so much. There are a lot of things that mothers have to go through apart from what their own journey is happening, seeing their children suffer. Even as basic as today, as a mom, like I get frustrated with what's happening with COVID and the dent it's making in these young children's minds. And when I see my son going towards a screen because I'm unable to, take care, and all that frustration builds in me. Um, like, what do you want to tell that mother that she keeps fearing? Then what is going to happen? Like, there's a fear, and it doesn't matter how intense, how big or small it is. And especially in today's time, would you like to say something to a mom because you went through a big fear and you lived it? And hats off to you and the family that you allowed the research to happen on Aditya while knowing he was deteriorating, while knowing that he might not be there. You were allowing the different kind of research to happen for betterment in the future in case it does help him or anybody in future. So what is it that you'd like to tell mothers?
So I'd like to share something over here. Um, I'd like to share actually the story of another mother who connected with us at that point of time when we were doing other research uh, things with Aditya and um, Aditya. So we connected, and Aditya passed away, and this lady, she came, she had never traveled on her own ever, but we had never met ever. But as soon as she heard that Aditya had passed away, she took a flight from Mumbai and came on her own, took a cab from the airport to our place, came, just met with us, spent time with us, wanted to see Aditya, spent time with us, and went back. And I remember, even at that point of time, I remember the amount of tears I had seen in her eyes. And the next time she came was because she wanted to meet up with the doctor that we were discussing things with, who Aditya was under. And so she had come with her husband to meet up with that doctor. And that time also, I could see a whole lot of tears in her eyes. And I remember talking to her and telling her just one thing. I said, do you want to see your child? Do you want your child to see you struggling in pain to keep him alive? Or would you like him to see a happy mom for as long as he's there? And it was not to burden her as being able to be happy, even though she was suffering, because I knew exactly what that was. But at that point of time, we just have to make the choice of whether we are going to fall flat or we are going to stand up and be there for them. And let them see hope in our eyes instead of tears in our eyes. It's amazing to see this lady because the next time, of course, she came straight to me and she said, see, I don't have any tears in my eyes. And unfortunately, her son is no more as well now. But the difference this mom has made, she is outside Mumbai. There is a hospital, and they have been selling food packets at rupees 10 for years now, since their child is lost. And right through the COVID times also, in fact, not a day when they have not been at it. They have a group where they have volunteers who come and do this. This was a woman who didn't stop shedding tears. And today she's landed up just changing that whole thing into giving so much hope to so many people out there. And same thing, being support, maybe not in terms of research, in terms of cure, but in terms of making life just that much simpler.
Yeah, and I think time comes then it's not, I keep saying that sometimes it is not about us anymore, like our pain. It's not about what happened to us and what's happening to us, and sometimes things start developing and become bigger than you. And even in this project, it's, I keep saying, it's not about me. It's making sure that these 100 moms really really are shining with their stories. And it's unbelievable, Tasneem, that as simple as a picture, and today when mothers are sending me their pictures, they're like, my God, we first never realized we were so resistant towards it. And second, what liberation that we've liberated through our stories. And I keep telling everybody, when the story is in your heart or in your own diary, it is your story. But when the story is published and gone, it's no more yours. It's meant to do its purpose of inspiring many, right? So everybody who's going to be part of this book is, making, how in India you just release in water a light, right? It's a very common thing, happens during a lot of celebrations. We release light in the water. It's just that 100 little lights that's going to be shining in that dark water, showing people that no matter what happens, we're going to shine in this darkness as well. And this has been willingly released by these mothers into the water with those little lights. And it is going to be celebrated because we are, we've become these light bearers, and much more work needs to be done rather than just sitting here and figuring it out that is there way out or this is the way to live. And that's the purpose of this book, Tasneem. And it's a total honor to make Aditya's cause as one of the thing, one for your healing, two for many healings that's going to come through this. So I'm really looking forward to having you in the book. Put that light on and release it in this dark water, and we'll see where it goes for sure. And I totally love you, Tasneem, and thanks for being so brave. And I know this is not only brave about talking about Aditya, but being brave to even come live, being brave to coming back to Facebook, because you didn't want to come back to Facebook and you had left Facebook. And I said, it's not about you anymore. We are all doing it in Facebook. If it takes Facebook to go and do it, we will go to Facebook. And if it takes live, and the reason I'm telling again and again all the moms, I only go live because I don't want any editing happening anywhere. Oh, Sheikh Khanna decided this part should be deleted, this part should be. The whole purpose gets lost. This is absolutely raw talk, talk happening here. We have Kirtana in the chat saying that's amazing to give her support and using the right words to support that mom. Well done, Tasneem and Shikha. Is Ravi saying that? Francis is sending love. Mrs. Rosetta Williams is here. She's an educationist, and I really look up to her. She gave me my first break as a photographer. She's here. She's a visionary herself. So we have some beautiful, all of them are moms in our, except Ravi, of course. Ravi is not, Ravi is here to support us, but Ravi is not the mom in the book. But purpose of inspiring many moms in very inspirational, very life, and so different. So everybody's coming up with chats, and more mothers are going to come us to support this, because every interview something comes to me, and today these little diyas have come that we're releasing in the dark with light together, Tasneem, and all of us are going to release it willingly. We are doing it willingly, but not attaching anything, but attaching a little light and releasing it. It's going to take its purpose, and we're going to do it. So love you lots. I'm looking forward to your picture, to your story. I'm going to hand you over to my pillars, and my pillars are going to take you from there into this journey And
Love you too, Shikha. And I want to add here that when we're talking about moms here, I must tell you that I am the daughter of an extremely strong mom and an extremely strong grandmom.
wow,
And I'm even more proud to say that I'm the mother of an extremely strong daughter.
there you go. You have so much strength. We should distribute it a little. You have too much of it. Now let's distribute it to more mothers and make them stronger. Right? Right?
Absolutely.
Absolute pleasure, Tasneem. Thank you for being here. And see, Keertana has found a little deer picture also, and she's put it in the chat. I don't know
That's,
how
yeah.
amazing. She just found it and she's put it, because I keep coming up with these crazy stuff into my. Sometimes, like, I have to pinch myself and I keep saying that, is what I'm doing a real thing, or is it just a dream that I'm living? And I have to keep pinching myself and reminding myself that this was actually happening, this I'm actually doing, this is actually creating this thing, and really looking forward to what it creates in the future for many, many mothers. So thank you so much, everybody in the chat. This was beautiful, and Tasneem is in as one of our mums, and she's also very good at laughing and having fun. So we're going to have a lot of fun together as well. And thank you, Tasneem. Don't go off live stream. Kirtana, thank you so much for supporting us. Francis, for all your love. And Mrs. Rosetta Williams for supporting us here. And I know more mothers are going to come. Lots of hearts coming for us. And thank you so much. And I will see you soon. Don't go off. I'm just going off the live stream.
Thank you. Thank you, Shikha. Thank you, everybody.